in what would be just about the biggest deal in sports history in Canada. The talk that Rogers Communications is moving in to buy a majority stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. That is making a real buzz around the media today. Keith McIntyre is president of K.Mac and Associates, a sports marketing firm, and he joins us by phone. What do you think about this this rumored deal here, Keith?
Well, this is definitely a rumor, but boy, if it comes to fruition, Michael, this would be one of the biggest deals in Canadian sports history, and would definitely put the whole Rogers Group as one of the most important major sports players in North America, which is huge.
Does it make sense to you?
It does. It would be something that would be able to allow Rogers to synchronize a lot of their efforts. The way they've already worked with the Blue Jays, they have that property. With their media properties and the way people are consuming sports these days, they've got the wireless division, they've got the mobile division. It just makes a lot of sense, not to mention all the broadcast tie-in. It would provide them with tons and tons of content and really connect them with Canadians coast to coast. This would give them a very strong national presence and also provide them an opportunity to build in a North American presence.
You're a pretty plugged-in guy. Do you have any dollar figures for any of these teams?
Well, it's interesting. First of all, with Richard Petty's announcement yesterday, I thought that between this coming out and Richard's announcement of retirement, from a dollar perspective, the rumor has it that the franchise, the MLSE franchise, would be well over $1 billion. But what I'm not really clear about, Michael, and this is something that would have to be looked into a little bit more, is what's the difference between the franchise value at perhaps $400 or $500 million for the Maple Leafs being one of the tier one? But what about the real estate holdings and the value behind that? And that we're not clear on whether that's part of this rumored deal or not.
Well, you make a good point. We were discussing here earlier this morning, just casually, about the Blue Jays. Do you have a sense that the Blue Jays actually lose money?
It's a great question. I don't think they would be losing money. The reason I would state that is because the way Major League Baseball is structured, there's such a strong value with the media broadcasting rights that there's a lot of funding that comes from that angle. If that team was to operate independently without any type of broadcast rights from the North American deal, I would think that they would probably be in a losing position because the attendance, the gate has been very, very low, but the rest of the assets, they are growing it. But with the cost factors and the salaries and what it takes to run a team these days, they're certainly not in a strong profit position, I would think.
Great. Good to get some insight from you today, Keith. Thanks for doing this.
Pleasure. Thanks, Michael.
Keith McIntyre is president of K.Mac and Associates, a sports marketing firm.